Hello and welcome to the channel. Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), who lost the presidential election on February 25th, has said that Peter Obi, who also lost the election as well, could not have won to begin with. Both men fell short to the All Progressives Congress (APC) presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But Atiku, who admitted that Obi probably lost him the election by winning in most of the PDP strongholds in Southeast and South-South, said that winning those regions would not have aided Mr. Obi's cause in becoming president anyway. Let's hear what the bitter old man is saying. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Obi could not have won presidential election, Atiku. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Atiku Abubakar, said Thursday that he believes his former ally turned opponent, Peter Obi, could not have won Saturday's presidential election. Atiku said Mr. Obi, the candidate of the Labour Party, could not have gotten the constitutionally required spread needed to be declared president. Apart from winning majority votes, a candidate is also expected to get 25% of votes in at least 24 states to be declared the winner of the presidential election. In a speech, Atiku acknowledged that Mr. Obi's candidacy denied PDP votes from its traditional strongholds in the Southeast and South-South regions, but said victory in those regions cannot be sufficient for Mr. Obi to be declared president. Atiku spoke in Abuja at a press conference where he reiterated his party's position to reject the results of the presidential election. Yes, I agree that he took our votes from the Southeast and the South-South, and that of course will not make him a president. You all know that to win presidential election in Nigeria, you need votes from everywhere, he said. Section 134 of the Constitution stipulates the requirement a candidate must meet to be declared the winner of a presidential election. The section states that 1. A candidate for an election to the office of the president shall be deemed to have been duly elected where there being only 2 candidates for the election. A. He has the majority of votes cast at the election, and B. He has not less than 1/4 of the votes cast at the election in each of at least 2/3 of all the states in the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Atiku failed to get the 25% as required by the Constitution, as he got the 25% spread in 21 states, while Mr. Obi scored a minimum of 25% in 17 states. Only Mr. Tinubu met the requirement as he got the threshold in 30 states. Premium Times reported how Atiku came second in the election, behind APC's Bola Tinubu, who emerged as the winner. Mr. Obi came third in the election. Mr. Tinubu won the poll with 8,794,726 votes, while Atiku came second with 6,984,520 votes. Peter Obi of the Labour Party came third with 6,101,533 votes. 2 of the candidates won 12 states, while Obi won 11 states. While responding to a question from a journalist, Atiku said the LP candidate left the PDP before the primaries because he was scared of the PDP governors who had resolved that a candidate must emerge from their ranks. He noted that the defection of the former Anambra State governor from the PDP ruled him out from being a possible running mate. Atiku also disclosed that Mr. Obi was in a rush to get out of the PDP while he stayed to fight with the PDP governors and prevailed at the primary election. I think Peter was in a rush. Do you know why I said he was in a rush? Because when the campaign started and our PDP governors sat down and said they must produce the president among them, they must produce the vice president among them, and they must produce the chief of staff amongst them, Peter got scared and left. I did not get scared. I stood up against the governors. When we formed the PDP, some of them were perhaps in secondary school or universities, so why should I be afraid? I stood up and I fought them, and I won the primary. If he was there, nothing could have stopped him from becoming a running mate because I had the right to choose whomever I wanted as my running mate. The question of whether I would work with Peter or not, whether Peter wounded the APC, Yes, to some extent he did because all the votes he carried were PDP votes in the southeast and south-south. So that is true. That is politics. Whether he will achieve his objective by that or not, that is left to God to decide, he said. Mr. Obi was Atiku's running mate in the 2019 presidential election. He joined the LP on 27 May 2022 and was given the presidential ticket of the party. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. Meanwhile, the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Atiku Abubakar, has said the PDP is open to forming an alliance with the Labour Party (LP) on its presidential candidate, Peter Obi. Also, Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State has given reasons why Bola Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress (APC) won the state in the presidential election that was held on Saturday, February 25th. Speaking on Saturday, March 4, when he was featured on Splash FM State Affairs with Desmond Obilo, Makinde said he stood for equity and fairness, the cable reports. Responding to a question on whom he voted for during the recently concluded presidential election, the Oyo governor stated, "I supported fairness, justice and equity. I supported a united Nigeria, a Nigeria that gives opportunity to every part of this country." Asked if the candidate he is referring to is Tinubu, Makinde replied, "Well, if you say so." The governor said democracy was about people expressing themselves through the ballot, and a lot of people in Oyo voted who they wanted. He added, "They decided that, look, we want after 8 years of presidency in the north, they want it to come to the south, and this place being southwest, one of theirs was a candidate, so they supported one of their own." Makinde is part of the G5, a group of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) governors who were angry with their party and refused to support and campaign for Atiku Abubakar, its presidential candidate in the just concluded elections. The president-elect, Bola Tinubu, who belongs to the All Progressives Congress, polled 449,884 votes in the presidential election in Oyo State to defeat Atiku, who had 182,977 votes. Makinde said he was glad to be part of a process that redrew the electoral map of Nigeria. Three of the G5 governors, Samuel Otom of Benue, Okezie Ikpeazu of Abia, and Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi of Enugu lost their senatorial bids during last Saturday's poll. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.